Hello, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you how you can make money for yourself this year. Now, before you make money online or anywhere in this world, you need to have some intelligence. And one intelligence that is very important is financial intelligence. Without financial intelligence, then you're not really going to know the basis of making money online. Now, to make money online, you need to be very conversant with this word called number one. You need to be conversant with assets and liability. What is the definition of asset? Asset is anything that puts money inside your pocket. Liability is anything that takes the money out of your pocket. See, if you really want to be rich, then you need to focus on these assets. Now, for you to also focus on assets, you need to focus on the kind of assets that is within your reach. The kind of assets within your reach. Remember what I said? Asset is something that puts money in your pocket. Liability is what takes money out. So if you have a car and it doesn't put money in your pocket, it is what? A liability. If you have a house that doesn't put money in your pocket, it is what? A liability. No matter how good it is, once it doesn't put money in your pocket, it is a liability. Now, let's examine some kind of asset. But before we examine some kind of asset, you need to understand how is asset built. Asset is built by three things. Number one, your mindset. Let me tell you something. No matter, you cannot acquire some kind of assets without the right mindset. That is somebody starting from ground zero. You cannot acquire great assets without having the great mindset. Now, what is the great mindset? Before we talk about the great mindset, we need to understand what mindset is. What is mindset? Mindset is a set of belief system that governs the way you think, sponsored by the people you hang around with and the information and the environment you dwell in. You understand? Now, let me tell you something. Mindset is number one. It is made up of people. Number two, it is made up of environments. Let me tell you something. If you stay where goats are, you're going to think like a goat. If you're in the environment where lions are, you're going to think like a lion. You're going to function like a lion. If lions are winning, you're going to win. If goats are actually doing meh, meh, you're going to do like that. So, mindset affects your ability to acquire assets. Do you see the correlation? So if you have 10 friends that are millionaires, what is going to happen to you? You're going to be infected by their success. What the success you're infecting, you're not infecting their money, you're infecting the kind of mindset because people, you're associating with the right people. Now, I know a lot of you that have problem. You will be saying, I don't have successful people around me. How can I actually ascend into the one of your hack is to find a right environment. In 2025, people will not come and meet you. You need to go to environment. The environment you go to determines the people you interact with. Now, let's go to the second thing. When you have the right people, and you're already associating with them, so their thinking affects your own thinking. This sponsors the next thing, skill sets. Now it is your skill sets that will facilitate you acquiring assets. Now let me give you an example. I associated with one of my friends in the university, and this guy, he infected his mindset about online business to me. And guess what happened? When I had his mindset, I decided to contend for intelligence that he has. That is the skills. So I learned different skills, copywriting, I learned content writing, I learned all the skills that are very profitable to me today. Now, let me tell you something. Skill alone will not give you money. If you just have skill alone, you're not going to make money until you attach. You need to plug that skill into tools. These tools are the things that will enable you to make money. Let me tell you something. You can be very intelligent. Now, let me tell you something. Two sets are something like this. I can know what to say, but once I don't have the tools to transmit my intelligence to you, you're not going to. In fact, my information just stays with me. If I don't have a phone, if I don't have lightning system, I don't have a board, you're not going to hear me. And guess what will happen? When you don't hear me, you don't pay me. When you don't hear me, you don't see me. When you don't see me, you cannot buy from me. Do you understand? So you can see these three things affect. These three things are very, very important for this is what make up your assets. And now, what are the kinds of assets? The kinds of assets we have are: number one, we have property assets. This is your land. This is your landed property. Maybe your property asset can even be a car that helps you do Uber and all those stuffs. Your property asset can even be your rental properties. Maybe you have canopies for rent and other things. Those are property assets. Property assets are things that you own, that when you rent them out or can appreciate in value. You understand? So we also have business. Business is a kind of asset. There are two types of business I've listed here. We have cash flow and we have capital gain. What is cash flow? Cash flow is maybe when you have commodities, you have things you sell in a shop. You have them in multitude. That means you have a business running. You can always sell. You continue selling every day. Maybe you're selling like all those supermarkets. They get cash flow. They sell biscuits. They sell Zobo. They sell drinks, Fanta, Coke here and there. They have a cash flow business. Now, what is a capital gain business? Capital gain business is something like this. Maybe you buy a land for 1 million naira and you're able to sell this land for what? 2 million. That is capital gain. Now, the type of asset I am interested in today, because I know that some of you are watching me, you don't have money to acquire assets, and some of you don't even have money to even own a business. What about this one called intellectual assets? What is this asset all about? This asset is all about using your intelligence, using your skills, using your knowledge, and productizing your knowledge and turning it into product or service that can help you make so much money. Example, you went to a school to learn something called video editing. When you learn video editing, what happened? You have what? Guess what you get? What do you have? You have skill sets. And guess what? The person you learned from, you also learned from this person. So you already have this guy's mindset. Guess what? Your phone is your tool set, the things you use to do business. And guess what? If you have all these things, what will happen? Your job is to now learn how to authorize exchange for this. This is the new economy, the digital economy. You learned something like copywriting, you learn something like content writing. You have different skills in different things. Your job is to turn these products, your skill sets, your job is to turn it into what? Into a product or into a service. A product is turning it into something like a book, a course, a presentation, a consulting and all. A service is when you're offering these things, all these your skills to a company, helping them do their work using your skill. So that is how to make money in 2020, whatever year you're listening to me. The principles remain the same. You can see this thing called financial intelligence. It's just the ability for you to know what asset is and liability is. Now, if you really want to make so much money, you need to increase your assets and reduce your liability. Now, not necessarily reduce your liability, because most times some liability are very important for sustainability. All you just need to do is to make so much money, is to get so much assets that will pay for this. Do you understand? So with that being said, I hope you got something today. So if you have not been acquiring assets, the cheapest asset you can acquire even with 0 naira is your intellectual assets. And this intellectual asset is going to give you this one automatically, and within a little time, you're going to get this one, and you find out that you start making so much money. I'm going to tell you how you can actually maximize your assets so that it can give you the life of your dreams. With that being said, see you on the next video. If you have not followed, if you have not subscribed, do that right now. Boss Uzi here.